Before I mess up my room, let me take some video. It's pretty cute. There's a window here, which I closed because I'm on the first floor. I'm a mess, don't mind me. The breeze feels so good. It's 90 degrees today. Singapore is known for their hawker centers, which is a covered area that has a whole bunch of food stalls. Some of them have even gained a Michelin star. After the hawker center, I went to the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, and this was a beautiful temple. I was here for probably around 30 to 40 minutes. I then stopped by the Chinatown shopping complex. This place is huge, and there are so many stalls. I didn't get anything at the Chinatown shopping complex. There was actually a lot of stuff that was similar to what I was seeing in Hong Kong. But then I just walked around a little bit and I grabbed a cool drink because it was just so hot and humid. I got a cool boba tea. Chinatown is filled with souvenir shops, so I walked around and checked out some of the stores. I then went to Sri Mariamman Temple. The outside is really interesting to me. I don't remember seeing any buildings like this in my travels. And then I headed back to the hotel for a little bit just to rest. And I got ready for dinner and headed out again after an hour or two and went to the bay. You can see Marina Bay Sands here. And the biggest thing that I've wanted to see in Singapore was the super trees. So I headed that direction and found a restaurant for dinner that was in this garden here. And I have to say, I wasn't too impressed with the dinner. The view was absolutely beautiful walking through the garden. After dinner, I headed straight to the super trees, and they had just finished one light show, so I ended up staying there for quite a bit and caught the second light show. They have one at 8 p.m. and they have one at 9 p.m. So I caught the second one at 9 p.m. and they were doing an 80s show, so it was really fun and really magical to watch this.
Tonight we present Retro Fever. So pick a spot, grab your cameras, and enjoy the show.
I don't think Asia has a single mall that isn't filled with luxury stores. Haven't seen one yet. It's a beautiful day in Singapore. A very hot day too. First things first, Little India. So many jewelry stores. There were so many jewelry stores, and looking back at this footage, I kind of regret that I didn't go into any of them, but I was heading towards this temple, which does look similar to the other temple. And with all these temples that I went into, you are supposed to wear a shawl and more modest clothing, but you don't have to worry too much because they have things outside of the door that you can wrap yourself in if you don't have your own modest clothing or shawls to cover your shoulders and your legs, which is what I did. I then headed to Mustafa Center, which is in Little India, and it is a 24/7 shopping center. They had so many watches. I did end up purchasing one watch for myself. Here I am trying to decide between the two. They had a whole beauty center. They had so many purses and handbags and real leather bags. They had so many bags, so many nice ones, so many knockoffs too. I'm overwhelmed. This is a watch that I ended up buying, and it was only 36 USD. I went to some dim sum for lunch, which is really funny because I was in Little India, but I just wasn't feeling Indian food. And what I found really interesting about Singapore in general is this mix of cultures. And then I went to another neighborhood called Kampong Glam, which is a Muslim neighborhood. I find it so interesting in Singapore that you have Little India, you have Chinatown, and then you have this neighborhood here as well. Mostly Muslim, and where they have this large mosque here that you can see. I couldn't go in, it was only for Muslim people. Then I went to Konditori Bakes, and this was one of the stops that was recommended to me by a friend and ended up being really good. I got a small pistachio croissant and an almond croissant for tomorrow. I was gonna eat the pistachio now, but there's nowhere to sit. Just walking down Chinatown. This is so good. So good. For day 3 in Singapore, I planned to go to Orchard Road, and I had been taking the buses around everywhere, so this was the first time that I took the metro. And Singapore public transportation is all very convenient. You can just use Apple Pay on your phone. I'm constantly finding myself in luxury malls. And Orchard Road is just full of all these malls. This is Orchard Road. We're gonna explore. And for me, coming from Hong Kong, I had done a lot of shopping, so I didn't really feel like I needed to do that much more shopping. I stopped in a few stores and that was enough for me. It's so pretty. went to Bibic Violet for lunch, and this was hands down by far, far the best meal that I had in Singapore. This is somewhere you need to go. There was a little bit of a wait, but because I'm traveling solo, this is one of the perks. They can kind of seat you wherever. So I sat at the bar and got seated pretty quickly. I ordered the vegetable curry prata bread and achar, which is pickled vegetables. The curry was a little spicy, so I'm glad I got the pickled vegetables to help with the spice. I got some desserts to go, recommended by the people that worked there, and I actually really wanted to come back here for breakfast because they have a totally different menu, but they were closed because of Labor Day. I then took the bus to the Singapore Botanical Gardens, and it was really beautiful and calm there. Like a rice, it looks like matcha, but I'm not sure. Dang, I'm so sweaty. It's coconut. Nice mid-afternoon treat. I don't know, this has coconut in it, but I'm not sure what else. It's sweet, but like not like overly sweet. It's sweeter than the other one. I totally stabbed myself with that toothpick. Should have brought my umbrella. These two museums are right next to each other, but I actually don't recommend either. They're both really small and don't have a lot of art in them. I went kind of just because it was raining and I needed something else to do, and it was near the hotel that I was staying at. So I would skip these. There's a lot more fun stuff that you can see and do in Singapore. So I just ordered some food because it's raining outside and I'm just exhausted from my whole trip. I got margarita pizza, tiramisu, and a Coke. I like never drink soda, but I was just craving it. And the total on Food Panda was 44, but it came out to like 22 because they had, or no, it came out to 27, I think, because they had a 50% discount. So I'm gonna eat this in bed and watch a movie. Got a margarita pizza with egg. About to watch the movie that made me want to go to Singapore in the first place. Walking down to the other beach because it's a holiday today, Labor Day, and it is so crowded, so hopefully this next beach is less busy. After the beach, I went back to the hotel, showered, and got ready for dinner. and I went to Mama Diem. This is a speakeasy type of restaurant that is hidden by this old school, like kind of newspaper stand. So you go behind this door on the back left that looks like a bookshelf and go through. And to be honest with you, it was a cool spot, but I was disappointed in my meal. I feel like I missed a lot in Singapore when it came to food, and I don't know if it's just because I'm vegetarian or I was just choosing the wrong spots. After that, I headed over to the Bay again to watch the Spectra light show, which was quite the phenomenon, and it did remind me of the light show in Las Vegas. I walked around the Bay a little bit, and then I walked over to level 33, which is the highest microbrewery in a building worldwide. As you can see here, they have beautiful views out the window. I wasn't able to make a reservation, so they sat me inside at first, and then a table opened up, luckily, and I was able to move outside. Last day in Singapore. Then I took the bus to these Peranakan houses, which is in a very different area in Singapore near Ju Chayat Street. This is a touristy site. I guess I didn't really understand the hype because these houses look a lot like all the other architecture that you see in Singapore. They were cute, the pastel color is nice. I went and I walked around. I went into this vintage shop. They had a lot of records, a lot of jewelry. I got to talking to the woman there, and it was so cool to speak with her about how she buys the jewelry all over the world. So I really enjoyed this shop. And then I went into a few other stores. Pure Story had some beautiful silk dresses that were above my budget, but nice to look at. And then I went to a Vietnamese shop and got banh mi for lunch. They had a vegetarian sandwich that was pretty good, and this place was pretty busy. And then I kept walking and just looked at the site, stopped in a few more stores. I went to 174 Bingo Bakery, and they're known for their pistachio tart, which I got. It was okay flavor-wise, but it was a little bit dry, and it was way too big of a piece for me to eat by myself. So I honestly feel like I could have skipped this stop. I'm so tired right now. Well, I know why. It's like day 13 of traveling or something. The drink was really strong, and I was honestly slightly tipsy after dinner. Can you tell? Then I went to Lau Pa Sat, which is another hawker center, and I had passed it many times on the bus, so I just wanted to check it out. This looks so good. Kind of wish I didn't just eat dinner. There was so much here, so many different types of food stalls, and I wish I could have had a second dinner, but I was really full at this point. I also wish that I maybe had another day to come back here and eat more Singaporean food because it's such an interesting mix of cultures, like I mentioned before. They have Indian, Indonesian, Malaysian, Chinese. I did end up getting some dessert, and then I went back to the hotel, packed up my things, got a few hours of sleep before I had to get up really early in the morning to go to the airport, and that was it for my Singapore trip. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos.